Hello students, welcome to the next lecture of electromagnetics, chapter number 4, Maxwell's equations, lecture number 20. In this lecture, we are going to study Maxwell's equation based on the time varying fields which are applied for different media also. In the last lecture, we have seen the general Maxwell's equation for time varying field. The first equation here, you can see here, the first equation is based on the Gauss law, that is del dot D is equal to rho V, and its integral form is d ds is equal to triple integration of rho v dv. The second equation is based on the magnetic field, that is Gauss law for the magnetic field. B ds integral form is surface integration of B ds is equal to 0, and point form is del dot B bar is equal to 0. Third equation is based on the Faraday's law, and that gives us point form or differential form as del cross E bar is equal to minus dou B by dou T. And in integral form it is closed integration of EDL is equal to surface integration of dou T of B bar dot ds with negative sign. And by Ampere's law we can say that closed integration of HDL is equal to surface integration of current surface integration of current density. So the current there are two types of current densities. One is conduction current density and the other is uh, differential or displacement current density. So if both are added here, because of that inconsistency of Ampere's law, so we got closed integration of HDL is equal to surface integration of J bar plus dou D by dou T with respect to ds, and its point form is equal to del cross H is equal to J bar plus dou D by dou T. And last equation is based on the continuity equation, and we got point form of continuity equation as del dot J is equal to minus dou rho V by dou T, and its integral form is close the integration of J dot ds is equal to minus dou D integration of or volume integration of dou rho V by dou T. That is the integral form of that equation. So after seeing all these equations, we are going to modify these equations according to the media. If the media is free space, then there are some changes, because for different media some parameters are 0, some parameters are high. So according to those equations, we are going to change the Maxwell's equations for time varying field. First is the thing that when there is a variation of with respect to time in any of the Maxwell's equation, we can replace it by a dot sign. This is some norms which are stated, because we are later on we are going to use some double differentiation. So instead of writing double differentiation, we can just write double dot, so that we can, it is easy to write also. So dou by dou T, that is variation with respect to time, is considered by as a dot sign. So same equation will start with, we will consider the time varying equations and we will replace all dou T terms by dot sign. So again let us see those equations. So now here the first equation is derived from Faraday's law in this PPT. So del cross E bar is equal to minus B bar dot, it should be, and it is equal to, so dou by dou T variation is replaced by dot sign here. Similarly in integral form, dou by dou T is removed and B bar dot is written. Same can be applied for Ampere's law. Ampere's law states that del cross H is equal to J bar plus dou D by dou T, but dou D by dou T is replaced by dot sign, so we get J bar plus D bar dot. In case of integral form, again dou T variation is replaced by D bar dot. Then third, by from the Gauss law of electrostatics, we got the differential form as del dot D bar is equal to rho V, and surface close the surface integration of d ds is equal to q, that is equal to triple integration of rho V dV. There is no differentiation with respect to time in this equation, so there is no dot sign found here. Fourth equation is Gauss law for magnetostatics, that is del dot B bar is equal to 0. Integral form is surface integration of B bar dot ds bar is equal to 0. No derivative with respect to time, so no dot sign. Last equation is continuity equation, that is del dot J bar is equal to minus rho V dot. So there was a variation of rho V with respect to time, so we have replaced that variation with a dot sign. And the its integral form is closed surface integration of j bar dot ds bar is equal to minus volume integration of rho v dot with respect to dv. So these are some changes, dot sign by replacing the dot sign. Now let us go move on to the media. If the media is free space, then J, that is current density, is also 0, because in free space there is no media, there is no current or no charge present. So we consider J, that is current density, 0, and also we consider volume charge density rho v is also 0. So wherever there is a J or there is a rho v, we will replace, or there is a Q, we will replace all the quantities here by a dot sign. So also we are going to replace this all the things by dot sign. So the equations are modified as, first equation again, del cross E bar is equal to minus dou B by dou T, that is minus B bar dot was there. So here we are going to change it according to free space. There is no J, no rho V, so this equation will remain as it is. In the second equation, del cross H is equal to J plus D bar dot was there. So J is equal to 0 means only D bar dot will remain. And here also integration of J term will be removed. So only dou T of ds will remain. Del dot T is equal to 0, that is third equation. And now rho v is 0. Since rho v is 0, del dot D becomes 0. And also closed surface integration of d ds will also become 0. Then del dot B bar is equal to 0, and BDS integral form, that is closed integration of BDS, is 0. In the last term, del dot J bar is 0 because J itself is 0. So there is no need to consider the last equation. All things are 0. So only 4 equation we will consider: del cross E bar, del cross H bar, del cross D bar, del dot D bar, and del dot B bar. These first 4 equations are important for free space. Okay, so again just review all the quantities. What is E? E is electric field in volts per meter. H is magnetic field in ampere per meter. D bar is epsilon naught E bar, that is electric flux density, and it is measured in coulomb per meter square. B bar is mu naught H, and it is measured in Weber per meter square. Epsilon naught is permittivity of free space, measured in Farad per meter, and mu naught is permeability of free space, and it is measured in Henrys per meter, and it is equal to 4.2 × 10⁻⁻⁷. So these all basic terms you have to remember throughout the next 2 chapters. So let us move on to the next media, that is good conductors. For a good conductor, the current density is more. The current density is more than the electric flux density. Okay, so the current density is more, so J is very greater than D bar dot, and rho V is 0. No charge density is present, but the current density is present because good conductors can carry good amount of current. So volume charge density is a static part, so it should be 0 because charge is moving, so it is constituting a current. As current is high, no static charge density is there, so rho v is equal to 0. So we can neglect D and we can just consider J. Okay, so again the equations will change. Del cross E bar is equal to minus dou B by dou T, right? So here there is no J, no D, so we can keep this equation as it is. Second equation, del cross H bar is equal to J bar plus dou D by dou T was there. We are going to neglect this D, so our equation has been changed to del cross H bar is equal to J, right? So its integral form is HDL. Closed integration of HDL is equal to surface integration of JDS. Then from the Gauss law of electrostatics, del dot D is equal to rho V was there. Okay, so as rho V is 0, we are going to replace it by 0. So del dot D becomes 0 and DDS is also 0. For magnetic field, del dot B was already 0, so there is no change in the fourth equation. And in the fifth equation, del dot J bar, or conduction current density, del dot Jc bar is equal to minus dou rho V by dou T. But since rho V we have considered 0, it will become 0. So this del dot Jc should be equal to, this should be equal to 0, and hence uh, close the integration of JDS, which is equal to minus volume integration of rho v dv, that should be also equal to 0. So this completes the fifth equation and it is valid for good conductors. Now, if instead of good conductor, if you consider the good dielectric, then for good dielectric, J, that is there will not be any current flowing in through the dielectric media. So J is equal to 0, and hence that rho v is also 0. Okay, no current, no charge, so rho v is 0, J is 0. So these equations are similar to the equations of free space, right? So del cross E bar is equal to minus dou B by dou T, that is minus B bar dot del cross H bar is equal to uh, D bar dot del cross del dot D bar is equal to 0, and del dot B bar is equal to 0. So these are equations for good dielectric. So when the media changes, just replace this quantity. So you have to remember the time varying field equation neatly, so that you can write all the equation very easily. Now let us concentrate on the current densities. We have seen two types of current densities. One is displacement current density, that is given by JD, J suffix D, and it is equal to variation of flux density, that is dou D by dou T. But what is D? We have just seen D is equal to epsilon into E. So we can write it as epsilon naught into epsilon R. So it will become dou D derivative of epsilon naught epsilon R into E with respect to time t. So dou d derivative of with respect to time of this quantity in the bracket. So similarly, we can write JC, that is conduction current density, is equal to sigma into E, where sigma is called as conductivity of the material or the medium, and it is expressed in Siemens per meter. So conduction current density is equal to sigma into E. So in both current density, E is common. See, let us see here, the E bar, that is electric field density, is common. So again JD can be modified. If you replace this E quantity, E is always a electric field, and it is many a times we apply a sinusoidal electric field, or in terms of waves. So it can be expressed as Em sine of omega t or Em cos of omega t. So if you consider E is equal to Em sine of omega t, then or Em cos of omega t, then its derivative is Em sine of omega t into derivative of omega t with respect to time, because it is with respect to time. So derivative of omega t is omega. So JD will become minus omega epsilon Em sine of omega t. Now, if we take the ratio of this equation, JC and JD, then what we will get? Here Em sine omega t is again E. So that will get cancelled, and hence we will remain with only sigma divided by omega into epsilon. If we take the modulus of these both the quantities, then we have to neglect this negative sign, and it should be equal to it should be equal to 1, or it should be less than 1. If it is very uh, greater than 1, then JC, that is conduction current density, is more, because sigma is more. If sigma is more, then this ratio will become very greater than 1. If sigma is less, then this ratio will become very less than 1. Remember, this is very important. If it is very greater than 1, means there is more conducting media. Like for example, if you consider seawater, then seawater is a more conducting media, or a copper material, it is more conducting media. So sigma was given in that case by some value, constant value, and it is high. So this ratio will become high. It is greater than 1. So you can say that the media was good conductor. If the ratio becomes very small because of this epsilon quantity, then JD is more. So that is displacement current density is more. Epsilon is more means what? The material is more towards dielectric. So this ratio becomes very less than 1. So we are going to use this in some example for solving some example. So let us consider the first example. In a material for sigma is equal to 5 Siemens per meter and epsilon r is equal to 1, the electric field intensity is E is equal to 250 sine 10 raised to 10 T in volts per meter. Find the conduction and displacement current densities and frequency at which both have equal magnitudes. Both have equal magnitudes. So let us first concentrate on what is conduction current density. So Jc we know already, Jc is given by sigma into E. Okay, sigma into E, that is the equation of Jc. Sigma is given as 5, E is given as 250 sine 10 raised to 10 T. In this equation, 250 is value of EM, that is magnitude or maximum value of E field, 250. Sign variation is there. 10 raised to 10 means omega. So omega has a value of 10 raised to 10 radians per second, and T is given. So it is kind of EM sine of omega T kind of equation is there for E. Now we'll just multiply it by 5 and we'll get Jc is equal to 1250 into sine into 10 raised to T 10 raised to 10 T ampere per meter square, because it is current density, so it is measured in ampere per meter square. Now, what is displacement current density? JD. JD is equal to dou D by dou T, right? Whether D is given for us? No. But E is given. What is E? It is, what is then D? We can write D is equal to epsilon into E, right? So, we will put epsilon as epsilon naught into epsilon r, because epsilon r is given, so we have to consider that the medium is other than air. So we have to consider both the things, epsilon r and epsilon naught also. So let us take the derivative of this E bar with epsilon naught epsilon r. Derivative of that will become, so derivative of 250 sine of 10 raised to 10 T will become 250 cos of 10 raised to 10 T into 10 raised to 10, right? So everything is written here. 250 10 raised to 10 cos of 10 raised to 10 T multiplied by epsilon naught, that is constant, and epsilon r is, I think it is given as 1, so it is kept as it is. So 1 is the value of epsilon r. So the final value will be JD is equal to 22.135 cos of 10 raised to 10 T ampere per meter square. Okay, so if we take the ratio of these two densities, that is JC upon JD, then their magnitudes, we are considering their magnitudes, then it is equal to sigma divided by epsilon into omega. Okay, sigma divided by epsilon into omega, that ratio can be taken and we can find out whether the uh, medium is air or other than air. So if we take this ratio, we know that magnitude of JC is 1250 and magnitude of JD is 22.135. Take the ratio. Siemens already given to you 5. Epsilon is already known to us. It is 8 epsilon naught into epsilon r. We have to find out what is omega. Okay, but from this equation we can also find out omega. So find out omega from by taking the ratio, and it should be equal to 2 pi f, and it should be equated with 2 pi f, and then we can find out the frequency. Okay, in this way we can find out the frequency at the condition they have given, the condition, the find the frequency at which both have equal magnitudes, both have equal magnitudes. So we equate this equation to equal to 1, and by equating to 1 we can find omega. Okay, so you can try this. Let us move to the second example. So here again same things are written. When epsilon divided by sigma divided by omega epsilon is greater than 1, the medium is conductor. When sigma divided by omega epsilon is less than 1, the medium is dielectric, and so on. So the next example, consider the next example. H is given as, now here real Maxwell's equations are applied. Now for the next example, real Maxwell's equations are applied, and we have to consider which media is given, which whether it is time varying, whether it is steady state, and we have to find out other quantities. So here now see here, H is given. H is equal to, given that H is equal to Hm e raised to j omega t plus beta z. This is a normal way of expressing any vector quantity. Hm is the highest magnitude, e raised to j omega t plus beta z. So e term indicates that that quantity is varying with respect to time, and beta indicates the angular or beta indicates the phase velocity. So it is changing with respect to time, its variation with space is there, so both parameters are there. Okay, so let us consider that h is equal to hm e raised to j omega t plus beta z into ax cap. So this component of h is hx. This complete component is hx. Ampere per meter in free space, find E bar. So what equation that can be applied to find E bar? What equation that we should apply to find E bar? So solution, our solution start here. We will consider the first equation. Now they have given that the free space. Okay, so if you don't know the equations, we will consider the time varying equation. So as per the time varying equation, what is del cross h? Del cross h is equal to j plus dou d by dou t. But for free space, we know that that there is no j bar present because current density is 0. So this we will make this j bar 0. So our equation turns to be del cross h is equal to dou d by dou t. But what is d? D bar is equal to epsilon naught E bar. So we'll place this epsilon E into above equation. So we get del cross H is equal to dou epsilon E bar by dou t. So del cross H is equal to epsilon into dou E by dou t. Okay. But what is given? H is given, not E is given. We have to find out E. So first let us find out this LHS, del cross H. So to find the del cross H, we are going to find out, use this equation. So del cross H is determinant of Ax, Ay, Az. This is the cross product. So we have to find out the determinant. Ax, Ay, Az, dou by dou x, dou by dou y, and dou by dou z. Hx 0, 0. Because in the given H, Hx component is given. So, so after solving the determinant, what we get? Ay into dou Hx by dou z minus Az into dou Hy, dou Hx by or dou hz by dou y. So after all, out of these two components again, only hx is there. So we have to use this first component. So ay into dou hx by dou z. So what value of hx is given? It is hm e raised to j in bracket omega t plus beta z. That is hx. So we have to take the differentiation of this hx with respect to z. So after differentiating, we have to differentiate this bracket omega t plus beta z with respect to z. So it will become hm e raised to j omega t e raised to j omega t plus beta z differentiation it is. So it is multiplied by we have to take the differentiation with respect to z. So it is 0 plus j into bracket 0 plus beta, right? So that will become j into beta into hm into e raised to j in bracket omega t plus beta z ay cap. So this is our LHS, and it is equated to RHS. But what is RHS? It is dou E by dou T. So we can equate this with d dot, dou E by dou T, or epsilon into dou E by dou T is nothing but d dot, or d bar dot is equal to j beta hm e raised to j omega t plus beta z into ay cap. So the d bar is what? Flux density, and it is obtained by integrating d bar dot with respect to time. So d bar dot means differentiation with respect to time. If you integrate this equation with respect to time, then we'll get only d. So let us integrate this d bar dot. This is our d bar dot flux density. To obtain d, we have to integrate this d bar dot with respect to time t. So let us integrate the above equation with time t. Then it will become integration of j beta is as it is because they are constant. Now hm is also constant. E raised to j omega t plus beta z, integration of that is e raised to j omega t plus beta z divided by j omega. Okay, and beta z will be 0 because there is no t term into ay cap. So it will become beta divided by omega, j cancel, hm e raised to j omega t plus beta z ay cap and this density is measured in coulomb per meter square. So the unit is coulomb per meter square. Okay, so what is E? E is nothing but, now media is air, so E is equal to d bar divided by epsilon naught, right? So B hm e raised to j omega t plus beta z, that is our d, divided by epsilon naught. Already omega is there, so omega, this total intensity is measured in volts per meter, right? So this is our final equation of E bar. In this way, if you know the H, if H is given, we can find out E by using Maxwell's equation. This equation is Maxwell's equation. So similar examples will be there. Consider this example. Given that E bar is equal to E naught z square e raised to minus t ax cap in free space, determine if there exists a magnetic field such that both Faraday's law and Ampere's law, circuital law, are satisfied simultaneously. This means we have to find out whether the given equation satisfies the Faraday's law for free space. We have to use the equations, Maxwell's equation of free space, to find out, and we have to find out the quantities like h bar and other quantities, and so that it can satisfy the Maxwell's equation. So let us start the solution. So first, what is given? Del cross E by Maxwell's first equation. According to the Faraday's law, we know that del cross E is equal to minus dou B by dou T, right? Del cross E bar is equal to minus dou B by dou T. What is E? E is equal to E naught z square e raised to minus t ax cap. Now this total thing has exx. It is equated to exx. So ex term is there. And az terms are 0. So del cross E is nothing but a determinant, ax, az. The coordinate system is Cartesian coordinate system. Dou by dou x, dou by dou y, dou by dou z is there. E naught z square e raised to minus t. Dou by dou y, ay component is not given, az component is not given. So we will put zeros here. Now after solving this determinant, we will get final equation of del cross E is equal to 2z E naught e raised to minus t ay cap. Okay, after getting del cross E, we are getting ay component, remember. Okay, then the next. But what is del cross E? Del cross E is equal to minus dou B by dou T. Therefore, what is B? If you take the integration of both sides, then this time derivative will cancel. So let us take integration with respect to time t. So we'll get here B bar, and B bar is equal to, negative sign will be transferred to the other side. So B bar is equal to minus integration of del cross E with respect to time t. So B bar is equal to, let us take the integration of del cross E. Del cross E we got as 2z e naught e raised to minus t ay cap with respect to dt. So minus 2z is constant. We have to take the integration with respect to t. So 2z e naught, all the things are constant, and e raised to minus t, integration of e raised to minus t is e raised to minus t divided into, or divided by minus 1. So that's why there are two minus signs into ay cap as it is. So b bar will come equal to 2z e naught e raised to minus t ay cap, right? But what is b? B is equal to mu naught h, so we can find out h from the b. So, and the space is free space, and for free space mu r is also always equal to 1, and mu is equal to mu naught. So therefore we will consider mu is equal to mu naught, and h is equal to, therefore h is equal to d bar divided by mu naught, and that is equal to 2 e naught divided by mu naught z e raised to minus t ay cap, ampere per meter. We can keep this equation as it is, don't put the value of mu naught, or after putting the value of mu naught some constant will be generated. So as per that constant you change the h bar. Okay, so this is the, by Faraday's law we have derived h bar using del cross E, and let us consider the Ampere's law, and what, let us see what we can derive, whether we can find out the same equation, because E is with us. Okay, E is with us, and we have derived h. Now we'll use h and find out E. Okay, whether it is satisfying or not, let us see. So by Ampere's circuital law we know that, by Ampere's circuital law we know that del cross h bar is equal to j plus dou d by dou t. but for free space J is equal to 0, sigma is 0 because sigma is 0, and J, so this equation will change. Del cross H is equal to dou D by dou T. But what is D? D is equal to epsilon naught E because it is free space. So dou D by dou T is equal to epsilon naught into E bar. Okay, so E bar we know already. So dou D by dou T we got this, right? So H, del cross H is equal to del cross of this equation. Okay, because dou D by dou T is nothing but del cross H. So del cross H is equal to del cross of 2E naught divided by mu naught Z e raised to minus t ay cap, because H is already with us. Okay, so this equation 4 and equation 5 we have to tally, right? So del cross H is given to us, and that, or H we have derived in the previous equation. This is our H, 2 E naught divided by mu naught Z into e raised to minus t ay cap. So we will use this here and we'll find out what is del cross H. So after taking the determinant and solving the determinant, we get minus 2 E naught divided by mu naught e raised to minus t ax cap. So it is minus E naught divided by mu naught e raised to minus t ax cap. This is equation number 5. So whether equation number 5 and equation number 4 are same, whether equation number 5 and equation number 4 are same, no, they are not same. So this means this equation will not satisfy the Maxwell's equation, right? These equations are not satisfying the Maxwell's equation. But we can equate the equation number 4 and 5, and so that we can find out the value of Z. So after equating 4 and 5, Z is equal to root 2 divided by epsilon naught square root of mu naught into epsilon naught. So that will become Z is equal to 4.2397 into 10 raised to 8. If you put the value of Z in H is equal to 2 E naught upon mu naught. Z is 4.23 into 10 raised to plus 8 e raised to minus t ay cap. So finally H is will become 0.6747. H will become 0.6747 10 raised to 15 E naught e raised to minus t ay cap ampere per meter. In this way we can find out some smaller values of H. Let us move to the third type of equations, that is Maxwell's equation for harmonically varying fields. Harmonically varying fields means those fields which are varying with respect to time as well as they have sinusoidal variations. So field vectors that vary with space, variation and are sinusoidal functions of time are called as harmonically varying fields. Consider, for example, consider the flux density d bar, which is varying with respect to time, and it is given by, so any field that varies with respect to time, like for example if you consider a simple sine wave, then this sine wave is also varying, the sine wave is also varying with time, as well as it is, if it is moving in particular direction, then it is also varying with space. So we can represent a sinusoidal variation by a simple equation. Let us consider d bar. So d bar is equal to d naught, that is the maximum amplitude of d naught e raised to j omega t. So we know that e raised to j omega t is nothing but cos of omega t plus j sine of omega t. It constitutes both sine waves and cosine waves. So d is, can be expressed as d naught into e raised to j omega t. If I multiplying by j omega t means making the field vary with time. So if I take the derivative of d bar, then it will become d bar dot. So it is equal to dou d by dou t. So if I have to take the differentiation of this d naught e raised to j omega t, and that is equal to d naught j omega into e raised to j omega t. Differentiation of e raised to j omega t is e raised to j omega t into j omega. So again there is the same term we obtain d naught into e raised to j omega t, so that is nothing but d. So therefore d bar dot is equal to j omega into d. This means this dot sign here can be expressed as j omega term, or we can say that differentiation with respect to time is expressed by multiplication by j omega, right? So we'll use this identity that multiplying by j omega is nothing but rho by dou t variation in everywhere in all previous equations of time variations, right? So let us see one by one laws and their equations. We have seen already this for time varying fields. So for time varying fields, we obtain del cross E. From Faraday's law, we obtain del cross E bar is equal to B bar dot, or dou B by dou T, right? So this, remove this dot sign and just put j omega. So we got is equal to j omega into B bar. But what is B bar? We can express this B bar again in terms of H bar, and so it will become j omega mu into H bar. Mu is equal to mu naught into mu r. So del cross E is equal to j omega mu into H bar. This is the first equation in terms of harmonically varying fields. So this omega indicates the rotation or the movement of the wave in radians. It is moving with respect to time, so it is the distance covered can be measured in terms of lambda or radians. Right. So omega is nothing but angular frequency here in this case. So it is moving with respect to space as well as with respect to time. Then in integral form, circular integration of E bar dot dl bar is equal to double integration of B ds, or double integration of B bar dot ds. But B bar dot is replaced by j omega B bar. So it will become minus j omega double integration of B bar dot ds bar. Instead of B bar, we can put mu into H bar. So it will become now minus j omega mu double integration of H bar dot ds bar. Okay, so this integral form and point form of Faraday's law. By Gauss law, what we got, del dot d bar is equal to rho v, right? So it is in integral form, it is double integration or circular surface integration, closed surface integration of d ds is equal to q, and it is triple integration of rho v dv for electric field. But there is no dot sign here in this equation, so we don't have to change anything. So keep it this equation as it is. Next, for Gauss law of magnetic field is del dot b bar is equal to 0. In integral form, it is closed integration of b ds is equal to 0. Again, there is no dot variation, so this equation will remain as it is. Now for the next equation is from Ampere's law. So what is Ampere's law states? Del cross H is equal to j omega plus d bar dot was there, right? So we have replaced that d bar dot using j omega into d. So it will become del cross H is equal to j plus j omega d bar. Now j is what? Sigma into E bar, right? Plus j omega d can be replaced by epsilon into E bar. Now we can take E bar common and we can write in bracket sigma, that is conductivity, plus j omega into epsilon. Where sigma is conductivity in Siemens per meter, omega is angular velocity, epsilon is permittivity, and it is equal to epsilon naught epsilon r. So we have to use this equation later on for electromagnetic waves. In integral form, same Ampere's law can be written as closed line integration of HDL, that is equal to J ds plus dds was there. So J is replaced here by sigma into E bar dot ds bar plus d bar dot is replaced by j omega epsilon into E bar into ds. So it will become HDL is equal to sigma into E dot ds plus j omega epsilon into E dot ds. Right, and from continuity equation, what we got for time varying field, j dot del dot j bar is equal to minus rho v dot. So this dot sign is replaced by j omega, so we can write j omega into rho v, and in integral form same can be written as closed surface integration of j bar dot ds bar is equal to minus j omega volume integration of rho v dv. Okay, so all the same equation that we have written in the time varying field is changed by replacing dot sign of by j omega. These are the harmonically time varying field equations, and we are going to use these equations for finding the electromagnetic wave equation later on in the next chapter.